Thank you very much. Okay. Yes, yes, the two players then doing their trial end, and we're live on the WBT. Well, no, actually, it's YouTube, isn't it? I do believe. I think we're actually live on YouTube. And Facebook. Live on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you, Simon. Oh, any Facebookers? Yeah, a few of you. All you technically advanced people, you. How was your bananas? Were they nice? I was singing the Monkeys and you thought, well, let's have a banana. Just have a banana. There we are, why not? Why not? There we are. You alright, sir? How you doing? Good? Yeah, you got your little the stool? You got your footrest? Yeah, you've got the footrest and you've got the visor and you've got a cushion and anything else? Sandwiches, flask of coffee? Just, no? All sorted. Yeah, no, absolutely. There we are. So, fantastic stuff. Hello, my love, how are you? You just arrived? No? Just went to the ladies' room to cock your leg up. Yeah. Powder your nose. Okay, these guys do an absolutely fantastic job here, and that is our officials, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Thornhill, what part are you playing in this? You're actually marking. There we are, Alan Thornhill, everybody. Give him a nice round of applause for Alan. Are you umpire, Francis? Yeah, Francis the umpire. Give him a nice round of applause. And that means Mike Davies is on the shot clock. You are. You're right there, Mike. How you doing? He's from the West Country, isn't it? That's lovely, isn't it, my darling? Everybody, my lover? Yeah? Yeah, from the West Country. Oh, there we are. That's the trial ends over. And yeah, going live very shortly on YouTube and Facebook for the semi-final of the Under-25s World Indoor Singles Championships. And like I say, the final, I've got another match, the semi-final after the semi-final of the main tournament. That's at 2:30, live on BBC One. And then afterwards we'll have our second semi-final of the World Under-25s. And then the final of the World Under-25s will be played this evening in here, in the International Arena, live on the BBC Red Button at 7:30. So come in for that and support the young up-and-coming players and stars of tomorrow. And I'm not quite sure how long we've got. All the cameras are pretty much in position. You've come all the way on the train. Thanks for letting us know that. That's really... Anything else you'd like to say? And the what? And the bus. He's come all the way over on the train and the bus. From where? From Saxmundham. Wow, we've got some Saxmundham posse people in. Can they have a... Can you have a lift? Or do you go back? Huh? Oh, no, he said subject, he's got a return ticket, so... Well, it's lovely to have you here with us. Bless you for joining us, and everybody else, of course, as well. So, there we are. Well, good morning everybody and a warm welcome to the International Arena here at Potters Resort for this, the first of the semi-final matches of the World Under-25s Indoor Singles Championships. Who will go through to that coveted spot in tonight's final? We're about to find out. Let's introduce the players onto the ring. And first, this 21-year-old from Kettering is a former WBT Young Player of the Year and also qualified for the World Indoor Singles back in 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2016 and 17 National Falls Champion, give it up for Connor Sonato! Connor takes on the 2015 Commonwealth Youth Games gold and silver medalist and the 2016 World Outdoors Under-25 Singles Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the current WBT Young Player of the Year and the defending World Indoor Under-25 Singles Champion, give it up for Ellen Ryan! Commentator for this match is Janice Gower. Over to you, Janice.
Thanks very much, Richard, and nice to be back with you all here at the Just World Indoor Bowls Championships 2018, hosted by Potters Resort. And this is the first semi-final of the Under-25s Championship. We've got the defending champion, Ellen Ryan from Australia, facing the Ginger Ninja himself, Connor Sonato, who qualified for this out of the Bromley qualifier. I'm delighted to be joined in commentary by our match official who's just hot-footed it up off the rink, Dan Blewett. Welcome into comms, Dan.
Morning, Janice. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a lovely game we just watched, or I had the privilege of marking. Mark played extremely well. Didn't let Darren do anything.
It was a cracking game, as you say, Dan. It's the first semi-final. Blackpool party continues for Mark Dawes.
Indeed.
Well, of course, Connor's no stranger to this portable rink. He actually qualified for the World Championships Open Singles last year and played Andy Thompson in a cracking game of bowls that actually Connor won. So qualified a few times for such a young gentleman, 21 years of age, Connor. Of course, the young lady on the mat, Ellen Ryan, very popular Australian player, won many junior titles over there, was hoping to get into the Commonwealth Games team, but just not this time. But she might make Birmingham in 4 years' time. Hopefully we might see Ellen there.
I'm sure she'll be making every effort to get there. She's been here a couple of weeks now, having lots and lots of practice, putting in the hours.
Well, is Connor reaching with this? It's a good track.
One red.
I wonder how much of Connor's traditional game we'll see with a few runners here and there.
It's quite interesting, Dan, because both of the semi-finals here at the juniors lining up a little bit like that way, with Ellen, who's a draw player, playing against Connor Sonato, who's not frightened to, to be honest with you, got one of the biggest drives in the game as Connor. And then the second semi-final, which is after the second main open singles semi-final this afternoon, we've got Chloe Watson from Ireland, who again is a draw player, lead internationally, playing against Chris Carswell from Scotland, who again's a big gunfirer. So it could be two interesting games, Dan, really. Connor trying the draw again here.
He's just pushed it through a little bit.
First end of Ellen's defence of her title, and she's holding shot.
Her face never gives much away, does it? Don't know if it's good or bad.
I think that's why she got the nickname Flash, because she shows no emotion whatsoever.
One shot, Ellen Ryan.
I know Karen Murphy, her good friend, will be tuning in to support her young prodigy out there, and even if it's on the playback, because I'm not sure what time it is out in Australia,
it's
but
12 or 11 hours difference, I think, so they're either midnight or very close to it. So hello to all the Australians if you are watching.
of course it's the same
Yeah,
format
like
as the
28
open
and a half
singles. We
metres.
play 2 sets of 9 ends, and if necessary a 3-end tie break. Very smooth delivery. We were talking to Ellen the other day, Dan. They go through a huge process out in Australia of having their deliveries measured, a bit like golfers do over here. They get these pressure pads put on their elbows and knees, etc. And it's all judged very scientifically, and they're told what they can do to improve the delivery.
It's certainly a very, very smooth action that she's got. There's no bump when she delivers that bowl. Unlike some of us old codgers who bump it down the green. Janice?
Yes, that was a conversation we were having last night. It's a consistent bump, Dan, that's the
This is
thing.
very true. It's a very consistent bump.
Darren Burnett, who's just played now, has got a bump on a delivery, and some of you viewers that watch a lot of bowls will remember Ian Bond. Ian Bond, very, very effective with a bump on the rink. It's all about being consistent, but certainly the Australians really look into bowls as a major sport, and it's showing now.
Yeah, and he's starting very well on the second end. Not much of a target for Connor. I should imagine he'll still draw.
So tricky hand is this one, Dan. Connor only arrived yesterday. Obviously, a lot of the English
right.
players have got to try and fit in many nationals in the January time slot. So he arrived last night, and we know from watching, Dan, this backhand towards the main stand, you've got to be absolutely perfect for weight. It'll make it back. Watch this bowl now. Perfect weight, it'll make it all the way back.
Ellen thinks it's lovely.
Might you see the big drive?
3 red.
They could all go. He was lining up for it. Yep, here we go. Missed it. That is some drive he has in his armoury.
Yes, you don't want to really be stood behind the ball when that's wending its way down the rink.
I should imagine Ellen will run for cover now at the back. Or will she plunk another one in just behind?
She covers the 2 green balls just behind and counts down. I think she'll be happy with that. Look at this. Absolutely awesome. This is exactly the way she played here last year. She made the target bigger though.
Bigger target indeed.
4 red.
Ideally she wanted that behind the jack.
I
What's
don't
Connor
think
gonna
he'll
do
mess
this time?
about.
It's closer.
He was unlucky really only to get one away, but it did help the Conisinato cause.
It's an early 4-0 lead for Ellen.
3 shots, Ellen Ryan.
For those of you out there that want to know what the players are
Set
playing
score
with,
4-0 after 2
looks
ends.
like Ella Ryan's playing with tags. She's from the Henselite group, so I think she's playing with Tigers out there, and definitely Connor's out there with his Drake's Pride XPs. It is an interesting rink to play on. It's not regular for lines. Like you said before, Dan, Ellen's had quite a bit of time practicing out there.
Yeah, it does change over the course of the tournament. From
Jack Lowe, 28 and a half
2.5 weeks
metres.
ago when it was first laid down, it was a very, very wide draw. Quite a very quick pace as well. It's slowed down and narrowed down since then. It's still a good drawing rink, as Mark displayed on the previous game.
He's been very consistent throughout the tournament. Winner of the World Open pairs for the first time, and now I believe that will give him a shot at getting into the top 8 in the world.
Yeah, he's had a couple of years in the top 16 and now he's starting to find his feet more. Getting some good results.
And of course we'll have a new name on that trophy tomorrow, because the only player that was left in the semi-finals that had won the World Championships before was Darren Burnett, who was defeated by Mark Dawes.
Yep, looking forward to this afternoon's game.
It's Wayne Wildress versus Robert Paxton. That should be a very interesting game. That's live for you, not only with us, but also on BBC One. So great coverage of the bowls today for you.
That's a 2:30 start, I believe.
Yes, according to my piece of paper, it's 2:30.
It's great to have our sport on the main BBC One channel. And of course we announced yesterday of a new 3-year partnership, continuing the coverage of this World Championships for the next 3 years.
And staying at the home here of Potters
Indeed.
Resort, which is fantastic news.
And also retaining the Just title sponsorship as well.
Yeah, great news on that package yesterday from the CEO of the World Bowls Tour. We're all delighted. Fantastic news for indoor bowls. Now, Connor, have we adjusted our weight?
It's a bit of a scrappy end.
Again, Dan, a lot of the crowd have gone out for comfort breaks or just to stretch the legs, and it can make a difference to the atmosphere out there. And both players just struggling for pace here. Opportunity for Connor.
Yes, we went from an almost packed house for the first game to a not quite packed. It does have an impact on the carpet.
And of course they've only had 2 trial ends. If you're the first game in a session, you do get half an hour before to settle into the pace of the rink. Now Connor on a very good drawing line here. What's the pace like? Yep. On the card, Connor.
Two shots, Connor Sonato. Set score 4-2 after 3 ends.
4-2 after 3 ends.
Jackline 28 metres.
I don't know whether Connor liked that or not, body language. Certainly wears his heart on his sleeve. He was part of the National Fours winners last year. Actually played at 2 in that rink, Dan, so it just shows the quality of the player that he is. He can adapt to any position. He's played under 25s internationally for years. Normally plays back end there though, but adapts his game, does Connor.
Yeah, a lot of great bowlers can play in most positions, and will be happy to play in most positions when you're representing your country.
Exactly. Anything to pull on that England shirt, you're prepared to play in any position, and Connor's one of those that can.
Great.
Well, if you make the
Just
trip,
the run past, but I think just not quite the weight.
1 green.
course, in 2016, Ellen won the World Outdoors Under-25 Singles Championship, which was part of the reason she got the initial call to this event last year. And smooth delivery, just needs to adjust to reach the back bowl of Connor. Drift past her own, she's in the area. We've just got caught on that.
2 green.
Good again here from Connor.
Ellen might come with a bit more weight this time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thought
not
she might.
frightened to run in the area, Dan.
Close.
Very close.
2 away. Oh,
Oh, unlucky to only
unlucky.
get one away.
she was on target though.
2 shots, Connor Sonato. Set score 4-4 after 4 ends.
Ellen's mum's travelled over from Australia with her to give her daughter some support, and I know Connor's mum and dad are in the auditorium there. So it's good to have family support, especially when you're younger age. You need somebody to help drive you about.
Jacqueline, 28 metres.
Bit of a loose opener there from Connor at this end. 4 across, playing end 5. And these two youngsters will have been watching the previous game, and the tension from the players and the crowd, it will affect to begin with. The final of this event is actually played tonight, and that, as well as available on the streaming, will also be available on the BBC Red Button as well, so a feast of bowls again for you today.
It's better here from Ellen. Good correction.
One red.
Connor's certainly watching this. Got to be perfect pace to get back to centre. A chance for Ellen. Great track.
Yeah, and with Connor's short bowl,
Right.
there's not a lot of room for him to attack this. He could come on the backhand and squeeze through off his close short bowl. I think he'll probably try and draw in, maybe. But I don't know Connor very well on his tactics.
He likes his driving. I think that's what
Time
he's
out,
looking at.
Yeah.
Connor has 4 timeouts remaining.
Certainly looking to see if that green bowl's in his way. I think that'll be the big decision for him, Dan. If he thinks the very short green bowl is in his way, he won't go for it.
No, he's not going fully for it, but he's
He's in
controlled
the area.
weight.
He's very close. Oh, got wrecked off his other green bowl.
That was always the danger, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's not easy when you're out there, though, Dan. You know, you think to yourself, well, if I just drop 2 feet, I can draw in there. But then you're frightened of being short.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Got to play
the door.
the sort of shot that you're really confident playing. And Connor is a running bowl man. Well, Alan.
Well, that's almost a freebie draw now. We should be able to draw in. Not so sure she has. Drops it short.
And she'll be disappointed if it's only 2. Big opportunity.
Shots, Ellen
Yeah,
Ryan.
just the 2. Look at concentration on the young lady from Australia. It's quite interesting that this year it's, for any viewers that are wondering about it, it hasn't matched up that it's boy girl in the semi-finals. That's just the way that the draw came out. And of course all the events at the PBA, Professional Bowls Association, and World Bowls Tour are open events, so they're open to all, any age, any disability, male, female, anybody can have a go. Great opener again, Ellen. Connor choosing to draw down this forehand, and you've got to be perfect weight on this forehand.
Yeah, that's the one that has in the last week especially was just having a bit of a straightener, just coming in towards the jack. Haven't seen much evidence of it in the last couple of days.
Nice wide drawing line again from Ellen Ryan.
Of course, where we're stood as the markers, we see the bowl coming towards us, not going away from the bowl, so you can't always see the lines. We certainly hear the bowlers complaining if something doesn't quite go right.
Oh, Connor, slight adjustment, rest the bowls, touch the jack to your own. Overplayed. It's a tough hand, is that, Dan? You've just got to get it perfect.
Yeah, Darren in the last game tried to play a yard 4 foot over on that hand, and it just dives at the end if you're short, or even tight. It's just a very, very difficult shot to play.
Ellen, good track again. Anything just behind. Oh, this is going to a good home. Anything that splits those bowls is very good.
I'm dying for Ellen to ask Alan a question with distances, because she does like everything in metric.
Great ball from Connor.
One green.
Although the dimensions of the rink are all set out metric, we traditionally give out distances in imperial, feet and inches. And Ellen doesn't know feet and inches. Only knows centimetres and metres. So Alan's been doing his homework last night.
Just like you had to do last year, Dan, I think.
Yeah.
I seem to remember. I remember sitting in commentary and thinking, what is he doing, giving out these metric measurements? But it's true. I mean, certainly the age of these players as well. You know, they've been brought up at schools that use metric.
But hopefully they've been taught on the green what a foot is and what a yard is. That can vary across generations, though.
Connor just looking for the draw off the ball to the right hand side of your screen as we see it.
Not quite reaching. There's Alan, concentrating.
One shot, Connor Sonato. Set score 6-5 after 6 ends.
So neither player yet getting a grip on the game.
Connor's having a think now about length of jack. It looks like he's putting the mat right back on the tee. Of course, this is a rink, as you the avid viewers will know that's actually built on top of an existing rink, so he's kept that on. We've seen a few jacks go off. The full length jack, 29.5 metres on the portable here. I'm getting down to the business end now, 7th end of the 9-end set. I think you're short here, Ellen. Not giving that enough push.
1 foot.
There we are. Alan giving a distance in feet and inches for Connor.
On a good track again. If you are following us on the Facebook Live feed, do like the feed, because then you'll be notified of future feeds, and we do stream all the World Bowls Tour events. Next one in Blackpool in about 3-4 weeks' time.
Long green.
If you can't stay with us, all the results and news are on worldbowlstour.tv, or follow us at Twitter, which is at WBT_TV. Connor can afford to just reach this red bowl, just wants to sit it down. It's a very good track for it, just lacking the weight. An opportunity there.
Ellen can use her side bowl, which isn't quite the shot, to slide off. Get the inside edge. Or even slide down the greens and pick up 2. Probably the one contact she didn't want, which is a full-on contact, just pushing it
just
through.
pushed it solid. Connor's looking at this. Well, I think down he might be looking down. He could actually remove the 2 red bowls. Knowing Connor's sort of shot, it's a big chance of a big count.
Yeah, and at this stage of the game, it would make a huge difference.
It's certainly the sort of shot he banks on himself to play. Played it as a timer. Now these aren't easy. It's got to be perfect weight for it to come back now.
I think
he's underplayed it.
Not even reaching.
I think he's underplayed it.
Yeah.
Surprised at that with Connor.
So Ellen has now the opportunity to do something similar and pull the jack back for 2 or 3.
Yeah, again, Dan, like you mentioned, anything into there for Ellen. If she can just trail that jack, she's got a good chance. Similar delivery to her last would suffice. Good track. Now, what's the pace like? I don't think this is here either.
No.
One shot, Connor Sonate. Score 6-6 after 7-8.
As we've said many times, though, it's easy to sit here. We don't play any bad bowls when we're in the commentary position, and you do have to think about what you're most confident in playing when you're out there. Just again, took a little bit of time there. Good to see these youngsters taking the time, thinking about what length of delivery. Now, is this going off? Oh, no
Jack Lane,
thump heard.
29 metres.
A couple of inches to spare.
A bit of a smile there from Connor. Must have been quite close. Well, all square, 2 ends to play, first set. All to play for.
Good opening here from Connor.
Done a nice line, Alan.
It's an excellent reply here.
And great effort.
She only missed the line by a couple of inches, really.
Yeah, your bowl is inch short. Eleanor's bowl 2 inches short.
Yeah, the thing is that if you just go slightly wider down, it tends to just hang off. So it's a very tight line between being good and bad down this backhand. Looks good here. No questions from Ellen as yet to complicate our Alan Thornhill.
Going early, trying to remove the 2 bowls, give herself a chance with the final 2, but missing the target.
Half an inch.
Just asking the gap between the 2 bowls. That might give him an indication if both bowls will go. They're both touchers, so they would remain alive if they went into the back ditch. Running for cover, Connor. This is the trickiest shot to play, Dan. She's just looking to promote her own red bowl. Got to reach.
Yeah, it's on a good track.
It's in the
It's
area.
on a very good track.
It's in the area.
Oh, look at that. Well, it's a big target for her next
Too
shot,
great.
though, but she doesn't have any back position.
No, and I think at this stage, I think Connor will realise that back position's good. If he
Yeah.
picked up a 2 here, gives him a good lead going into the final end of the first set. So
Because any touch on, well, probably either of those green bowls, and that jack is potentially going in the ditch, probably more likely out on the side confines and might get respotted. So Ellen could be in the
Yeah.
driving seat for their respot.
I think Connor's spotted that and
Yeah.
is going for the respot. He's got the respot to the left of your screen. He's now going to the respot at the right. There you go. Couldn't have played that better. Well, I still think Ellen's got to risk it down and just hope to take the 2 bowls and remain with the jack with her own bowl. It's just picking what speed to play, really.
Yeah, there's no draw on for her. She's got to go with a bit of speed. Controlled weight. She gets a result of either of her red bowls coming in, as well as directly onto the greens. Nothing less than ditch weight, I would imagine.
In the area.
Very close.
In the area. Oh, got
Oh.
wrecked off her own bowl.
Good job she didn't remove both reds, because she could have been in deep trouble there.
2 shots, Connor Sonato. Set score 6-8 after 8 ends.
She looked very good, but it just skimmed a bit and got her own short bowl. So 2 shots in it now with 1 end to play.
Jack Lane, 29 metres.
Sticking to this 29-metre jack. He's settled down now, Connor. Very confident player, Connor. Smooth delivery, good track, length required. I think with Ellen's opening bowl, Dan, she just didn't want to be short, because at the end of the day, there's nothing for short bowls. Give yourself a chance. Has to pick up a 2 to tie the set.
You're absolutely right. Put a short bowl up for your first and your head drops a little bit, your confidence goes, the pressure builds.
I think this might be overplayed again.
But again, she's past the jack, so it still gives her an opportunity.
Might just sit in for shot. Yep.
One red.
Alan confirming 1 to red.
Not a lot to change for Connor here, just a draw to that red bowl. Even if he tucks the jack, it's very good to his own bowl. He's urging this on. He's dropped short. Well, Ellen.
Oh, I see the pressure's now applying onto Connor's shoulders. He's got to forget about that bowl.
If Ellen draws another in here, it puts a lot of pressure on Connor's last bowl.
It does indeed.
And
If
she
Ellen
looks good.
holds 2, she looks on a very good track for it. Is she going to make it? Yes,
Great
she's
bowl.
in.
Absolutely great bowl. Connor acknowledges that. Good to see. Not easy now because it's tucked under. And of course, Ellen's still got a delivery to come.
Yep, so currently we have a tied set. 2 bowls to come.
Now, Connor, can you rest that wing bowl of Ellen's on the wide
It's on
line?
a very wide track, isn't it?
It is really.
I don't think that'll come back.
that'll make that.
Depends on the weight.
I don't think that'll make that at all. Well, Connor.
The door's open for
Now,
Ellen.
the door's open for a win of a set. Now, you wouldn't have thought that an end or so ago. Concentration on the young lady from Australia. Chance defending her title out there. Chance to take this first set. Holding the tie down, doesn't want to touch the jack to Connor's bowl for...
Tie that board.
Is she going to stick to the same hand? Yeah, you've drawn well on there, Ellen.
So what sort of line do we have here? Good line.
Now, all on pace. All on pace. Does not want to touch the jack.
Oh, this is good.
Does not
This
want to touch
is
it.
good.
What a bowl. What a great bowl.
Three shots in the first set, Ellen Ryan.
So Ellen sneaks the first set. 9-8.
Good start to the defence of a title. And I'm sure people in Australia went wild at that last ball. That was an excellent bowl. Under so much pressure, Dan, as well. You know, you're holding a tight set, but you want to win the set. And sometimes that can just tighten the reflexes up, but not for Ellen Ryan.
No, we've now got an exodus of spectators from the arena because they're all wanting to scamper away for their lunch so they can get back for the second open singles semi-final this afternoon. So
Jack Lane,
this again
29
can
metres.
change the atmospherics in the arena.
Again, unfortunately, it's kind of, as we say, the nature of the beast here. People have times to eat, and they'll be wanting to, as you say, get back in for the open singles semi-final, which is at 2:30 this afternoon. Robert Paxton versus Wayne Wilgress. I'm sure Wayne will be bringing a A Wilgress army out there again.
I believe there might be a couple of coaches coming today, not just a small mini coach.
I believe in his interview yesterday he said he had to cancel a
County game.
A county game, that was it. Yes, I'm sure everybody on that county team will want to be here to support Wayne. Of course, Robert Paxton got to the final here a few years back. And he'll want to go that step further as well. Anyway, back to the semi-finals of the under-25s here, and defending champion Ellen Rhines taking the first set.
But as we know in sets play, you forget the first, concentrate on the second.
Good ball here from Connor.
Wondering.
Because of what he's won in the past and how many times he's qualified onto the WBT events, he would probably be the favourite going into this tournament, would Connor.
As we said earlier though, Ellen's had plenty of practice time on the rink. Connor only arrived last night, hasn't had a great deal of time out there.
No, and at a bad time as well. It was like an evening practice, which we know once the auditorium empties and the air conditioning systems come on, it does slow it down somewhat. Ellen will have practiced at different times of the day while she's been over here.
But then again, she's also had plenty of downtime not bowling, but she's kept herself busy playing pool, snooker and darts and racing games and all sorts of things.
It's a great venue for things like that, lots to do and see while you're over here. So I think it could be a long time between games. Ellen played in the Ladies World Match Play last weekend, and long time in between. She just failed at the first hurdle in both in the ladies singles, so it's been a week down. It's a lot of time to fill.
Indeed.
2 shots, Connor Sonato.
Gives your brain lots of time to think about things.
Brought the mat up a touch here. Slight change of length.
Is he up a couple of metres? I can't quite tell there. I think so. 27 metres or thereabouts.
Jacqueline, 27 metres.
Oh, there you go. Bang on it, Dan.
I've been here too long.
The 3 officials out there for this game. Alan Thornhill, as you've seen, his marker on the rink. Francis Fletcher, the umpire, and on the shot clock, Mike Davis. And Dan, of course, who's next to me. I believe Francis is joining me for the second semi-final this afternoon.
I believe that's correct.
Always good to have officials about, because it's the opportunity to ask questions, and we find that here at Potters in particular we get to circulate with the people that have come to watch, and always get a question thrown at us, which is quite good.
Sometimes a curveball question as well, and you think, oh goodness me, where did that one come from?
Let me think about that for a
Yeah,
minute.
I'm just going in for my lunch, come back later. Generally it's about things that happen out on the green and it makes them think about things. We don't mind answering questions.
It's like I say, one of the questions that somebody asked me yesterday about this event itself was the fact, was it drawn to be a lady versus a gentleman? And those are the sort of questions that it's worth asking, because no, it's an open draw. The 4 players involved, of course, Ellen defending champion, so will always be the first name on the draw sheet, but who she plays against, that was an open draw.
1 red.
is all on weight. It might just have overplayed. Not got to a bad home. Just rested out.
It's close to the second. You've got definitely one. Close to two.
Good track again from Connor. Better here. Oh, it pulled up very quick then, Dan. Does make you think that since a few people have gone out of the auditorium, it's pulling up quicker.
Yeah, it can change very quickly out there.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to describe to people sometimes how quickly it does change. I know if you're playing national at your home club in this country and you're playing for 3.5 hours, there is always a change somewhere along the way, but this can virtually change within a 5-minute spell.
Yep, and they are playing towards the cooler end of the arena, far side from the commentary box.
Close, slips past her own. Yep, in for two.
2 shots, Ellen Ryan.
Set score 2-2 after 2 ends.
Yes, the end that the players are standing at the moment actually is normally cooler. The atmospherics in these different buildings can be very interesting. We can't have the same excuse as we have in Perth, where they're playing towards a ice rink.
No, but down that end that they are standing at, there is a service alleyway, which is open to the elements, to the hotel behind, so it does make a big difference.
Ellen looks a little bit chilly there. She was just rubbing her arms.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
Of course, she's left behind a very hot Australia to come here to a cool Hopton-on-Sea.
Yes, the overseas qualifiers always make me smile because they go home and then they put on Facebook how much warmer it is over there. And mind you, it is sunny out there today, which is quite nice. It was very foggy last night when we left.
Yep.
But,
a nice crisp morning this morning though. Bright sunshine. Frost on the ground. Thankfully no snow this year.
no, there was threats of it. It snowed all the way round us the first week, but we've had hail, but no snow. Mind you, again, the overseas like it when it snows, Dan, because they can go out and have
Make
a look at
snow
snow.
angels.
Yep, make snow angels. Now, Ellen, can you adjust that weight on this line? Looks good. Looks very good.
Perfectly played.
Very professional. The Australians, we also get questions in question and answer sessions about preparations before games, and without a doubt the Australians certainly look at the game very professionally and think of all those elements involved.
Yeah, with the Commonwealth Games being hosted in Gold Coast, Australia in April this year, they'll be very keen to have a good showing in all their sports.
Yes, you might find that a little bit warmer than the top end of the rink here, Dan.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be in the high 20s
Wow.
centigrade, not Fahrenheit.
What are you taking? Factor 50 in case.
Oh, and lots of other stuff.
And Dan's one of the match
One rate.
visuals that's going out to the Gold Coast.
Yeah, along with my colleague out there, Alan Thornhill, and Ray Keane and Angie Thompson. 4 of us from England, along with 11 or 12 from Scotland. The host country providing the majority.
Connor going quick here.
Just missed.
It's gone badly. He said, as soon as he let it go, he said, oh no. I think he saw that himself.
I actually thought he'd missed, but which would have been a good result for him, but getting that slight contact a cruel, cruel result. We've seen a number of those this week.
I was going to say, Dan, we've had quite a number of jacks rebound up the rink. It's been quite interesting, really. There was one that was very close to not being a legal length at one point.
That was in Wayne's first game against Andy, wasn't it? I think. Andy fired, Wayne fired. I can't remember which way round it was now, but the mat was up about 2.5 metres, and the jack rebounded up the rink to just around the 23-metre mark. And Wayne quite rightly queried the length, but we knew that the mat was at 2.5 metres and the jack was around the 23, so no need for the measurement. But if it did rebound, the minimum length is 20 metres in a direct line from the mat to the jack.
Oh, Connor. Just given up.
2 shots, Ellen Ryan.
Set score 4-2 after 3 ends.
It was a tricky decision really there for Ellen. Did she draw in for a third, or did she think Connor might go again? That just shows a player learning the other player's game plan. Happy to settle for the 2.
Yeah, I'm sure Ellen would have asked a few questions of other bowlers around as to Connor's usual game plan. I'm sure
Jack
Connor
line
might have done the
29
same about
metres.
Ellen as well.
Yeah, he'll have watched Ellen here last year, so he'll have a good idea. Oh, the 2 players playing in the second semi-final, Chloe Watson from Ireland and Chris Carswell from Scotland. They've been asking questions about each other's games.
But not to each other.
Not as far as I'm aware, anyway. Connor's reaching, needs to reach on that line. Well, here we go again. So consistent with that. When she finds the right weight and length, she's so consistent. Connor quick to go. Now, in the area for it.
The connection this time, the jack's gone off the side of the rink. That would be respotted.
Yeah, of course, none of this takes up the player's time, which is good, Dan, until the jack's replaced. The shot clock doesn't start again.
No. Until the rink is ready for play, the shot clock will not start. And the canny bowlers amongst them will use that time wisely, come down to the head, have a check of things, because they know it's freebie time for them. But it's only fair to all players that the clock doesn't start until the on-rink official is ready. And of course we won't indicate where the jack is or put the jack back on its spot until everything else has been done. So that's the last thing to be done.
Oh.
Might have fallen in for shot, he has.
It looks like it's just tipped in for shot. Still a bit of room.
Of course the bowlers do practice drawing to the respot. They know it's going to happen sometime during their game.
Yeah, especially if you're playing against somebody that you know likes to play the big runners. Well, all on a pace here. Great line.
Well, I think it's coming for shot.
Going to make the trip. Yeah.
Fair bit of room for Connor to draw in. A couple of feet or so.
Just had a right smile up to the commentary box then, did Connor? I don't know what we're doing wrong. Confident player, Connor. He's on a good track. He's on a great track. Needs to slip past the red bowl. Looks like he's done it. No,
No,
it just dipped.
Dipped
It's
under.
the weight, wasn't it?
One shot, Ellen Ryan.
Set score 5-2 after 4 ends.
Connor has great support from his mum and dad, both out there ringside. Dad in the front row, mum a couple of rows behind. Both very good supporters of their son.
Jack length 29 metres.
They normally put on Facebook, it's the Ninja Bus on tour again. The Ninja Bus has come to Potters Resort at Hopton-on-Sea. Of course, they did come down to support the awards night 2 weeks ago. Connor, the lovely sort of a lad that he is, bought his mum and dad the weekend as their Christmas present, so he was at the awards, and Ellen Ryan actually won the Young Player of the Year at that awards. That seems ages ago now, Dan.
That was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Yes, Ellen hadn't arrived at that point, so one of her country colleagues, Trenton Healy, accepted the award on her behalf, and then she was presented with it when she arrived on the rink.
Well, Ellen, adjustment of weight required. 5-2 up in the defence of her title. Second set, she won the first set 9-8. Good track again. Better weight.
It's a better line here from Connor.
Good
Weight's
chance.
pretty good too.
Oh, great
Well
reply, Connor.
One green.
Still plenty of room for Ellen to do a similar thing on her backhand.
It's just that weight adjustment, really. It's this,
Yep.
the backhands.
Extra
to
foot
just-
of pace is all she needs.
Looks like a good line for it. Trotting up after
Slightly
it.
overplayed, I think.
Just going to have a look at this, is Ellen. Connor swapping to the backhand.
Of course, the bowlers can come up to the head at any time because the shot clock is what they need to look at. Don't have to ask the marker to come up, unlike other games where the shot clock isn't in operation.
Oh, just drifted through, still just the one to green.
So still just a perfect draw here for Ellen. She doesn't want to push the jack. As
No.
we're looking to our left, to her right as she's playing it.
At this stage, there's no need to go anything too fancy. Just wait. She's playing it, you know. She's going to play the forehand. I thought she might have just stuck to her backhand and just tried to draw it, but this is a timing bolt. To try and chunk onto Connor's bolt to take the jack out to her own.
She's on a decent track. I don't know about the weight.
It's on a great track. Turns her own ball, it does the job.
Well,
Just
look
like
at
that. I don't think she quite played it for that weight
Alright.
though, Dan. I think she was playing for the green bolt.
I think you're right, but great result nonetheless.
Anne's covered it with her own red bowl now, so Connor's in a bit of trouble again.
You might play a similar shot here.
Timeout called.
Yeah, just take your time, Connor.
Connor has 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, I think he'll play a very similar shot. A yard of pace. Lift his own up, or just underneath it, take the red out.
The worst thing here for Connor would be if he removed his own bowl. Looks under the line.
He does.
Well under the line.
It does go quickly if you are under the line.
Yes.
One shot, Ellen Ryan.
I know that myself. It's not. It's not an easy shot to play. It's certainly not an easy shot to
Set
play
score
on this
6-2
surface.
after 5 ends.
Yes, I think you came off that game having played a difficult shot, as you were describing commentary.
Yes, a few said to me, "Why did you do that when you say in commentary you can't play it?" Sometimes it just looks like the right shot to play, but it is hard because it goes so quickly, a lot quicker than it would do on an ordinary club rink.
Jack length 29 metres.
Well, defending champion Ellen Ryan 6-2 up in the second set with 4 ends to play. 4 up with 4 ends to play is one of those where you don't just want to slip at an end and let your opponent in.
Connor knows he needs to get 5 shots in those 4 ends to force a tie break. Ellen won't be happy to drop any shots. She'll be wanting to increase her shot count, putting more pressure onto Connor.
Repeat of delivery here for Ellen.
Another good bowl here.
Overplayed it, it'll just hang off. Close again. Just gave up for weight there, Dan, but it's actually not in a bad place because it'll look awful to Connor from the mat.
Yeah, you can still draw around that bowl. Still plenty of room. He's on a wider line again. It all depends on the pace.
Has he overplayed it? Just needs to get back to the red bowl.
He was mumbling a little bit, didn't like it. It's not finished up too badly.
No, just the one down now.
1 red.
This is interesting because Ellen Ryan swapped hand here.
Yeah, I was intrigued by that. I wasn't quite sure why she did that.
No, I'm not sure on that one either, unless she feels that Connor's going to try and play a runner and going to cover this back green
Yeah,
bowl.
she's
That's what
going
it
for the
looks
respot.
like. You see, she's learnt very quickly what his sort of game plan is. On the respot.
Yeah, Connor needs to start counting 1, 2s and 3s.
Yeah, Ellen will be happy if she just hangs on to that one. Playing the game very tactically here. And Ryan looks a bit chilly at that top end, bless her. Somebody grab her a cardigan.
Yeah, that forced Connor into a draw shot. He's on a good track this time. I don't think he's got the pace.
I don't think he's got the pace. I don't think
No.
he's reaching. Oh, Connor, you'll be disappointed in that when you look back.
1 shot, Ellen Ryan.
Set score 7-2 after 6 ends.
So Connor now needs 6 shots in 3 ends.
Yeah, got to win this set.
Yep.
Ellen won the first set. Narrowest of margins. She won it 9-8, but she won it with a counter 3 on the last end. Connor had gone into that final end 8-6 up, so young lady from Australia,
Jack length
20
29
years
metres.
old, out there defending a title. Not a bad opener. Just trying to stop counts now more than anything. As you mentioned, Dan, Connor's got to count more than one an end to give himself a chance. So that's a good opener from Ellen Ryan.
In actual fact, Ellen can win the match on this end. Scores 3 or more. game's over. Connor will be aware of that as well.
Good track again here from Ellen. Very close. Very close. Oh, what a great ball. I might just sit out. But it's again, it's closing the head down for Connor to count. More than one shot. I think he thinks this one's quick.
Yeah, it's on that wide line again, but he's given it every chance to come back. He's played that very well. Look at that. Now, just as give Ellen the target to come through. Should be
Yeah.
keen, perhaps, I think.
Needs to reach onto this.
No, just a gentle draw still. Oh, not quite so gentle, but she's on a tighter line here.
Well, what's the pace like with this? Needs to run. Needs to be up.
See how much wider Connor's bowls are running than Ellen's.
Just finished short there. Well done. I really do feel Ellen needs to reach into that area, split the two bowls, every chance down there.
Yep, even if she gets the outside of the right hand bowl there, there's a chance that the jack will spring out, reduce the count.
Don't be short with this. Needs to reach.
It's only just a drawing weight again. It's on a decent line though.
Hang off here now. Won't come back from there, Ellen. She just played just over the draw. I feel that it needed to be a little bit more aggressive
Yes,
there.
I think so too. Slightly tighter. A yard or two more of pace. Probably 3 yards of pace to hold it up on the line.
Well, Connor wants to count another, but it's not the easiest of draws for him. He's just been checking how many timeouts he has. He's only got 2 remaining. He'll have to take one now, or...
Timeout called. Connor has 1 timeout remaining.
Of course, he could have elected not to play his last
I
bowl.
was just wondering if he might have done that when the shot clock was going down. 'Cause it's a tough ask to score a 3 here.
He's got to be confident that he can draw another one in.
Yeah.
To use that timeout. There's still a danger that he could lose it here.
Yep.
If he's
Ellen's
anything over
bowl
the
just
weight.
behind. It's
Taps one green onto the jack, onto the other green, pops the jack out to the red.
He's playing that sort of hand as well. He's playing the forehand. Any tip on his own bowl. Just wonder if he should have just elected to take the 2. Kind of
shots
wasted
on
a
a starter.
timeout there.
Set score 7-4 after 7 ends.
We might see a change in length here. No, he's staying back. He's not won an end for 5 ends. 3 behind, 2 ends to play. He's got to win this set. A tie is no good to Connor Sinato.
Jack length 28 metres.
Short, Connor.
Yeah, Connor won't be happy with that one.
Concentration again from Ellen. Certainly been impressed with her over the last 2 years, sort of the first time here last year, and doing an amazing job out there. Just overplayed it, but again, as we mentioned earlier, Dan, you don't want to be short. You want to have something behind in case you have to alter something later on in the end.
Absolutely. The short bowls, although they're good for rebounding jacks, they don't happen often. And you can't play for a rebounding jack.
And Connor better here. Still just through. She might have just overreached this again.
One green.
Again, we mentioned about the nervy times in games. Connor puts another in here. Pressure's back on Ellen.
And this is the opposite of the final end of the first set. Well, Connor's now just popped one past. Has he made
Probably
it
holding the
though?
two though, yeah, 2 green. Now
Just
Ellen.
needs to drop about 4 feet on her last, 4 or 5 feet.
Looks like she's overplayed it again. Can it just reach to the green bowl? No. Well, big opportunity. Connor is 3 behind with 2 ends to play. Puts another bowl in here. He likes it. Still running. Still running. Well, 3 shots to Connor. That would tie the set up with 1 end to play.
Three green.
Ryan got to adjust here. I mean, this is a huge bowl, Dan. If she can draw a shot here, and there's a chance that she could.
She needs 1 shot to take the match.
Big bowl here. Defending champion Ellen Ryan draws this in. She goes into the final tonight at 7:30.
It's on that good line again.
On a great track. What's the pace like?
I think it's better.
Pace looks good.
I'm not sure it's going to reduce
Urging
the
it
count.
up. Urging it up. Wow. 3, I think.
3 shots, Connor Sonato.
Well, come down to the final end, which is basically a tie-break end.
Set score 7-7 after 8 ends.
Tie break to go into a tie break. Ellen will be very disappointed there. That was a huge opportunity. Even if she'd have got a second bowl, it would have put Connor in a position where he had to get a count on the last end. Now all he needs to do is win it to take us into a 3-end tie break.
Jack length 28 metres.
Certainly stalking this one. That's a great opener. Couldn't ask for better than that. Ellen back to a favoured backhand. This is towards the commentary box.
This is a good reply here.
Oh wow, look at
Fabulous
this.
reply.
1 red.
Confirmed from Alan Thornhill there, 1 red. She'll be thinking to herself, why didn't I do that at the last end?
Yeah, she could have been going for lunch by now.
Yes, yeah.
Not that I'm hungry, mentioning lunch.
No, I thought you'd just mention lunch for the sake of it. Right, Connor's got to reach. Looks on a good track. Yes, lunch for you, Dan, and then back out to officiate in the Open Singles semi-final this afternoon.
That's all right, I should be on the shot clock. Francis Fletcher will be marking and Mike Davies will be the umpire.
1 red.
She's put that in quite a good home. If Connor gets a little piece of the jack and tucks it, gives her a back position. This is such a hard hand to play this shot on. You have got to be absolutely bang on the weight. I just wonder if Ellen needs to go behind now, because if that bowl of Connor's It's gone through. Connor won't be short at that.
I think he would have played that in mind of the following shot.
Covering that last bowl, I think, is Ellen's target.
She's going for the respot.
Yeah, good plan.
And deep, but winning the respot still.
Yeah, that's a great bowl. Forces probably Connor back to just the draw, and like we say, it's not an easy shot this to stay in. At the moment, defending champion Ellen Ryan holding the game for this semi-final. He's certainly watching it.
It's on a good track again.
Is he
On
close?
a very good track.
Is he close? Very close with this.
Oh,
Just missed it.
just tickled it. Has
Tickled
it
it,
moved
but
up the green?
don't think it's done enough. Well, Ellen Ryan.
Alan suggests it's Ellen's. Ellen thinks it's Ellen's. I think she's electing not to play. She has elected not to play.
One shot, second
That's
set,
it.
and the match.
So
Ellen Ryan.
defending champion Ellen Ryan moves into the final tonight of the under-25s. Thanks for your company, Dan. Join us
enjoyable.
after the game this afternoon, the open singles for Chloe Watson versus Chris Carswell. Thanks for your company.
There we are, ladies.